When you rely on external circumstances to determine your level of success, you will never feel truly fulfilled. I see way too many people being hard on themselves when they go after their dreams and it doesn't work out like they wanted it to right away. They have obstacles that come up. They have failed launches. They only have like 5 people listening to their music or watching their videos. They quit their job to pursue their dreams and their bank account lowers. And they start to tell themselves that they are a failure. The only thing that makes you a failure is if you fail to show up for yourself. If you are in the process of learning new skills, rewiring your brain out of fears and doubts, you're falling down and you're picking yourself back up. You're falling down and you're picking yourself back up. You're falling down and you're picking yourself back up. That is success, baby. Success is when you show up for yourself no matter what and choose to feel fulfilled in what you do despite your circumstances. And this is the mindset that will take you to the top. But this is something that so many people will fight on, is that if my circumstances do not say X, Y, and Z, if I do not perform at this level and produce these results that my ego brain is telling me that is quote unquote successful, then I will be unfulfilled with myself. Then I will choose to be angry at myself and frustrated with myself, and I am a quote unquote failure. Fuck that. You have way too much going for you, and there are way too many people that need your magic, that need your teachings or music or words or talents or just your presence in your good energy for you to be cutting yourself short and calling yourself a failure just because you didn't make any sales on that launch, just because you invested in something and you lost your money, just because you only have 5 listeners on Spotify. There's a learning curve to this shit. There are ups and downs, and what makes you a success is your ability to keep going. What's up? My name is Sabrina, and welcome back to the channel. Here in the Better You space, we teach creatives, dreamers, and entrepreneurs how to train their minds to turn their daydreams into their real daily lives. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell button to be notified every time I post a new one. Share it with a friend, and let's get into it. When you rely on external circumstances to determine your level of success, you will never feel truly fulfilled because this is outside of your control. It's like trying to get external validation from other people. Like if someone doesn't give you a compliment on your new hair, you get really self-conscious about your hair and you don't have that validation inside of you to give you that sense of fulfillment. You need the outside compliments in order to feel good about yourself. It's like that in reference to success. You need to see the numbers in your bank account. You need to see the numbers of your clients. You need to see things in your external reality to look like a specific kind of way in order to feel successful and happy with yourself. Like you need to bring that sense to you to begin with and tell yourself that you are a success just for going after it. Like that is huge bravery to begin with. Just by posting the YouTube video, just by posting Instagram content. Yes, I'm deciding to become a coach now. I have experience in this. I can help you with this. Yes, I'm deciding to put out my recipes to start to build more awareness and knowledge around holistic health and taking care of your body and nourishing your body like the temple it is. Like whatever it is that your dream is, your desires are that you're going after, it takes immense bravery. Just going after it itself. Like it's always confused me when people say, oh, I had a failed launch. Like, what do you mean? Like you showed up for yourself. You sold every day. If we're thinking about this on a business standpoint, you got better at your messaging. You created more awareness for your brand. You got better at the act of selling. You got better at the habit of showing up for yourself and for selling every day. You created all of this buzz around your brand. Whether people bought or not, people are most likely looking. But by now, just because you didn't make a sale or didn't make the sales that you want, you are going to perceive this circumstance as a failure and you're going to have this negative perspective on this circumstance. Now you're not going to get the juice that it provided for you. You're not going to reap the benefits because you're looking at what went on and you're going, no, it wasn't good enough. And you're turning your back to the gifts that this situation gave you. There is so much, like when things do not go the way that you expect them to or wanted them to or ideally wanted them to, There is so much value and light to be gained in those circumstances. And life has really been teaching me a lot lately that when things do not go in the way that we expect them to, they still always go exactly as they are meant to. They are still divine in their own way. And they're going exactly to plan, but you're not able to see that aspect of how is it going exactly to plan if you're stuck in this negative tunnel vision of, no, I'm a failure. There's this business coach that I love to tune into. His name is James Wedmore. And if I remember correctly, he said that he worked on his business for like 10 years in his parents' basement as a grown adult to try to get one of his various business ideas off the ground. And he was broke as shit, kept trying new things, falling and standing up for 10 years, and eventually built a business that made 6 figures and is scaled very quickly. And now he's making multiple 7 figures, and he gets to go surfing in the day. He gets to be with his family. He gets to do and live his life with freedom. And he has that outward level of quote unquote success now because he was a success by continuing to show up for himself. And now the external results are important, right? I mean, we want to have the spending money. We want to have the freedom. We want these things, right? And obviously, if you keep doing something and it keeps giving you a result that you don't like, there may be something that you need to change there. It could be physically, tangibly, you need to change how you're showing up. You need to change a strategy. You need to change something physical with what you're doing. Or it could be energetics and mindset. You need to change your belief systems. You need to start seeing yourself in this new way. You need to start seeing what you're doing as successful in order to see it become successful. And so use the results that you're getting in life as feedback of, okay, what is it that I need to change? Is it something tangible? Do I feel called to go in a different direction and to do something different, to try something new as I'm in this learning curve? But the key is to feel neutral about the feedback that you're receiving. And this takes regulation. This takes, this didn't work out for me in the way that I wanted it to. Immediately I might feel disappointed. Immediately I might feel upset. Immediately I might feel angry or worried or whatever. Catch myself. Catch yourself in that moment. I'm taking this mental note that I'm starting to view this in a negative light when it is actually a good thing. When it's actually showing me where I can improve. It's actually allowing me to grow. It's actually my next step up. So I'm going to stop myself from looking at it from that downwards angle. I'm going to breathe through that emotion, let that emotion flow through and out of my body, and then readjust my perspective to everything is teaching me and everything is bringing me to a higher standpoint. Always. You can change the how all you want of, okay, maybe I need to do this, do things from a different angle, right? But keep fucking going. Because here's the thing, you will never, ever escape your dreams or desires. They will always be there. If you try to ignore your biggest dreams by telling yourself that you're not cut out for it, which, newsflash, you would not have the dream inside of your heart if you were not cut out for it. But if your emotions are trying to tell you it's not possible or it's too hard, and you try to settle for something else, this dream or desire of yours is going to keep showing up for you. It's going to keep being there. It's going to keep nudging you, saying, this is meant for you. You're meant to go after this. And so you cannot stop showing up for your biggest dreams. You cannot stop showing up for what you truly want, even if it's years go by. I'm telling you, there are certain desires that I have had for years, and I tell myself, I don't know if I have the time right now. I don't know if I can fit this into my schedule. I don't do it. Years later, the same exact desires are still in front of me where I'm like, I want to do this thing. Like, I've got to find a way to make it happen, to make it work. And you know what's funny is I held my first ever in-person event by myself. And I was so excited. And this event was 4 hours long. A chunk of it was lecture. There was some time for the participants who came to talk to each other, to get to know each other, to share what they've learned. There was about an hour-long brain training. And it was just this event space to learn, to grow, to immerse themselves and elevate themselves into becoming limitless. That was the name of the event. And my only fear with holding this event, I wasn't afraid of public speaking. I was not afraid of forgetting something or stumbling over my words because I'm past that, right? My only fear was, what if no one shows up? What if I do all of this work to create an event and to put it on and to find this studio to hold it at? And then especially because I'm in Virginia right now, I'm not in San Diego or Bali where there's way more people who are into this kind of work. And I held the event and I marketed it and I told everyone that I knew that was in the area that was interested or even slightly interested in this work. I invited everyone. And I was like, it's going to be bomb as fuck. Like, you should be there. Do you know how many people showed up? I had myself, the woman whose space it was, and then one other person. One other person showed up of all of the people that I invited. The multiple people who said, yes, I'm going to go, but then didn't show up last minute or ghosted last minute. And the night before I was holding the event and I was getting the messages coming in of, oh, sorry, something came up, I can't make it. Oh, I end up and having to have surgery that day, I can't make it. Oh, this thing, and like people are dropping off and I'm like, okay, I only have one person who's like guaranteed to come. I should just call off the whole thing. I should just text Manami and tell her that it's canceled, that it's not worth her time. And then I thought to myself, no. That would be failure. Refusing to show up just because of the circumstances would be me backing down from my mission and from my purpose and from my dreams. And so I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to own it. I'm going to rock this event. I'm going to record it. I'm going to be able to use it for future purposes. Manami will be another participant and I'm going to rock these two people's worlds in this 4-hour event. And that's what I did. I was so present. I was channeling messages. I held space for the women there and I got to, just for these two people, I got to witness realizations that they had. I got to feel the shifts in their energy from before and after the workshop. And I got to see like firsthand just a little bit of the impact that I'm making. Because online it's kind of like a different feel. Like I'm posting this video, you're watching it on the other side of the screen. Video especially, like you can feel my energy better. But even on both ends, from my end to you and then your end to me, there's like, it's not the same as in person. And being able to be in person with these women and feel the shifts, I was like, thank God I hosted this, even though it was not a booked out event like I ideally wanted it to be. And that to me is success. And I had said something when I had first started the event with the two women that were there, is I said, this is the difference between people who get stuck in certain cycles in their lives and people who become limitless. Is they see a circumstance like this and instead of seeing lack, instead of seeing scarcity, only one person out of the entirety of people that I invited is showing up. I'm only going to have 2 people at the event. All of the self-criticisms, all of the self-doubt, right? Instead of the lack, seeing possibility, seeing opportunity, seeing success, and seeing the light where others see the dark. And quote unquote failure, which is bullshit in my opinion. You know how many times it took Thomas Edison to figure out the light bulb? I'm about to look it up. This man tried hundreds and hundreds of times over and over and over again. Quote unquote fail, quote unquote fail. And the thing is, if you see that as failure, as trying something and it not working out, you're only going to discourage yourself and blind yourself of the light that's actually there. Because Thomas Edison had a success mindset, meaning he continued to have faith in himself and take the action and go after his dreams, despite the circumstances, he made that shit happen. And now we've got light bulbs, bitch. And as Thomas Edison famously said, he said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. You cannot see yourself as a failure when things don't work out right away. And I'm all about being a conscious creator and creating the results that you want, but there are certain things that you need to surrender to and let go of your grip of, and choose to create a strong mindset of perseverance, of resilience, of no matter what, I'm going. Because no matter what, I'm going to have these dreams in my heart. No matter what, I'm going to have these desires in my heart. So I might as well go after them. I might as well live my life putting my energy and intention towards the things that make me feel alive. Because as you are going towards the things that make you feel alive, even if it's not working out the way that you want it to yet, you will feel alive just by going after them. I feel alive just recording this video, even though right now I don't have tens of thousands of subscribers yet. I see myself as a motherfucking success. And on paper, there's still a ways for me to go with where I ideally want to be at. But because I know that I will get there no matter what, I've leaned back and I've claimed my throne. I've claimed my power. I own where I'm at. I own who I am. And I know that I'm a success just by showing up every day. When I have those little doubts in my mind, even just recording these videos. Earlier today, I had an intrusive thought of doubt that said, "You're not cut out for this." This thought actually told me today, it said, "These videos won't look good. You don't have natural lighting." Because I'm recording these at night. It said, "Nobody's going to watch these videos." And our brains can be so freaking critical. Like it's like laughable for me to like say those thoughts out loud, because it's like, really? I don't believe that. But sometimes our minds just really like to talk, and it's all bark, okay? Your thoughts don't actually mean shit about you unless you take it personally. So even today, my mind was trying to speak doubts into my ear. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm showing up for myself because I am a success in my book. And here I am, and I feel so much better. I feel so alive. I feel so present with you, whoever is watching this on the other side. I love you. Keep bettering yourself. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell button, send it to a friend. You know the deal. Tell yourself that you are a motherfucking success, and that your success is inevitable. And I will see you in the next video. You radiate success. You see yourself as a success. There is no such thing as failure.